Well, Coach, while much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff, no such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Got to do better.
Throwing on second and long. Rosen. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
59. Let's go, team. Gonna be a long day.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Able to find Harris, complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Show it up. Check 3.
Another try for Penny. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Rashad Penny, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like the little bit of courage in play calling, too, because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Switch. Hey, quarter. SOS. Hey, he's crashing. He's checking.
From the 31, Rosen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run it with Balaj, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, check.
Running, it's Drake. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
54, Mike, 54. They gonna need some therapy after this. Slam. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Balaj. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Through 1 quarter, 9-7 our score. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Here's Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A play fake, and it's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now Rosen looking to throw. Oh, Rosen is stripped to the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. One day. Get there. Hey, alert 3.
And now it's Rosen looking. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Hey, Mike, 180. 54. Mike, 54.
On first down, Drake. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check. Watch 54.
On 2nd down now, it's Drake. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. And let's pin it.
They'll run here with Balazs. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but, hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Check the hot read.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Penny, a first down carry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
6 man. Go 80. Check cross, check cross. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Mike, check. 59.
2nd and 5 now. Darnold, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. It's caught, Jones. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He's going to air one out for Anderson. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Rosen will throw. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Rosen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Go.
On 3rd down, Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Wild Bill.
Now Rosen on 1st down. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Rosen to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one.
I'm with you.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now it's Darnold. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Darnold. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Penny on the counter. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
Mike, you're set. 52. You don't want to pick up the ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold, they set up the screen to Penny. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Time. 59, ready? 59, let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the toss play, this is Drake. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Rosen to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
They brought in the heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Watch the slant.
Rosen on 1st and 10, and his pass incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Monday. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Now Rosen. And his throw here's incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Throwing again, it's Rosen. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
No, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And they'll run it again with Penny. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
I got you. Tighten up. Here we go. Shift.
He's going to have the first down past the 20 as he's all the way up to the 24-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Here we go.
This is Penny. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Check. Lucky. Check 9. Motion. 52's the mic.
Again, it's Penny. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
I got it. 552.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10.
Here we go. Check. Alert.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And Stills bringing it in. 33 yards that time.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
They come out here in the eye. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Kill.
Now Balaj. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Check 52's the mark. Let's go, team.
Now on 2nd and 16. Darnold. That's caught by Penny. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, 4th quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
I'm about to find out. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 16.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
To throw is Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Returnable for Grant. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Watch the edge. Hey, watch it, watch it.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's got a man complete. pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Show some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Levante David in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Double dog, that's the way.
From the 36, Rosen. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
To throw is Rosen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so that the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll toss it to Petty. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter.
Big hit.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Sean Davis that time on the tackle. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Now it's Darnold. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Ready? 59. Here we go. Check 59, Mike.
Hey, I-7.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 59, ready? Check, 59. It's just me and you. Mike's 59.
Darnold now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here comes Grant on the return. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Ringo.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run toss to the right with Drake. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone as that pushes the lead up to 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Darnold. Caught by Jones. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Right here, right here.
Now Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on fourth down.
Just like that.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it's looking like the Dolphins are going to win the football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We ain't giving up nothing.
80.
They'll run on 1st down. Drake, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here it comes.
They stay on the ground with Drake. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Now it's Rosen. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Miami, they move back over 500 at 7-6, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.